everyone. Welcome. How are you today? I hope everyone's having a good day so far. Wow, live in both places. Will miracles never cease? Say hello when you're popping on. Let me know where you're watching from. Okay, we were able to get the clock working on the owl. What I was doing was I was putting the shorter mechanism on top. You're supposed to put the short one on the bottom and the long one on top, and then the little nut. So we've got that working. So I just wanted to share that. We're going to be working with a new item today. This is our little rolling hobby horse. I already put Podge on it, and we're going to iron some Victorian paper on it. So I already painted the knob with the yellow. Let's give everybody a second to pop on. Let me know when you're watching. I can't believe we're live in both places. We've got it working great for a change. Okay, I'm going to slide down here so we can just, hopefully, you're there with the horse. Make sure we can see both parts. I think you can. If you can't see something, let me know. Hi, Judith. He's doing good. Night times are hard for him. We just got back from his second therapy session. So, it's just going to take time. I mean, tomorrow it'll be a week. So, I think he's doing pretty good. But it just, like I said, takes time. All right, I'm going to, I think, go with like a vintage looking yellowish paper, because this is going to sit on my granddaughter's shelf, and she has yellow and in her room. I'm just trying to decide. I'm not sure if I don't think I like that one, but I kind of like this one, and I kind of like that one. Anybody having a choice, like a favorite of the two? I think this is really pretty. I think we'll go with that one. So I'm going to pull that out. And what I want to do is, let's see if we can get both pieces on there. There's one piece. And then barely. Yes, we can. Ooh, yay. All right, so we're going to do both pieces. And then we're going to go ahead and put the saddles on there too. And with the saddle, I want to get more flowers on it. So let me see if we can flip this over, because we already have the Mod Podge on there. So I want to kind of keep it in place and flip it. Make sure we've got over a little more. There we go. And then I'm going to put this paper towel on top, because I did not bring any parchment paper in with me. I remembered everything else, I think. So, yeah, I thought this would be cute. This is something she could play with adult supervision. But, you know, this is something that can decorate her shelf and look very vintage. Girly and vintage. So let's see if we got it sticking yet. Nope, I just turned the iron on, so maybe it's not quite hot enough. If you're watching me live, you'll see the live button on Facebook. If you're not watching live after I'm done, please hashtag replay. And hey, Nancy, I saw you sent me a message. We just got back from therapy and I had to grab a salad real quick, so I haven't had a chance to look at your pictures, but I will. Yesterday, Rachel knows this because I shared it with Rachel, but yesterday was just so trying. All of a sudden we found water underneath the refrigerator in the kitchen, and Joe wanted me to go downstairs and check downstairs. Our refrigerator water line had been leaking and leaked into the heating ductwork downstairs. And there was water all over and inside the ductwork down in the basement. What a mess. My refrigerator is still in the middle of my kitchen. So, just to kind of give you an idea what kind of day we had. Hubby walked down the steps to the basement. I had his walker down there to help me find the valve to shut off the water for the line. Then I had to call the refrigerator repair people. Then I had to call my heater man because he had to come and get the water out of the ductwork. So, what a crazy day we had. It's always when something happens, right? When you don't want it to happen. But I got everything taken care of. I managed to pull the refrigerator out by myself, and that refrigerator was so stuck in there. It's so tight. No, so that's why Rachel was laughing at me last night because she knows what kind of day I had. Why is this not sticking? Because I think I got it on the wrong side. Maybe that's why it's not sticking. But that is sticking. So what did I do? I don't want to paper that side, so I know I put the stuff on the right side. Well, let me do this. Let me cut this off. So yeah, it was not a good day. My heater guy was so sweet. He said, I think I can come out soon. He said, don't worry, we'll get you taken care of. But what a mess. I had fans going. Oh, just, you don't even want to be a part of my life right now. I think I did. I think I put it on the wrong side. That's why it's not sticking. So, oh, brother. That's what I did. Because if I put it on that side, wait a minute. No, that's going to be right. I had it flipped wrong. See what I mean? And those darn chickens. Oh my gosh. They're giving me a run for my money. They do not want to go to bed when they're told. They don't want to get in. See, I can't leave them out at night because they'll get eaten by the wildlife. So they have to be secure. Not to mention we got a groundhog in the chicken coop. Somehow he channeled under there. So we're trying to catch him. Oh, nope, we don't. Oh, see that? Judith got, or Nancy got her happy box today. I didn't tell her it was headed her way already. But I did forget the feathers, so I'm sorry. I will make sure I get those in when I can. All right. There we go. I just had it on the wrong side. This is the front. That's the back. Ah! See what I mean? And I'm not sleeping well. So that's just adding more stress. I'm a bear if I don't get my sleep. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm just trimming it up lightly here because I'm going to take the sanding block and sand the edges. I can cut this on the laser. I just didn't want to because I thought not everybody's going to be able to do that. Like, not everybody has a Cricut. So, there we go. I just thought this was adorable. And I could see using some resin on this. There's a lot we could do with this. I'm going to try these scissors because I think they'll be able to get closer. Yes. So who's getting rain where they are? We're getting some much needed rain. All right, let's see if I can figure out which side. Okay. So, all right, I think I'm going to do these flowers on the saddle. Well, hello. Is that Renee? Is that how I pronounce that? Where are you watching from? Welcome. First time watching. We're glad you could join us. We do a little bit of everything here. I kind of like that flower. So this actually took an 8x8 piece, 8" by 8" piece of scrapbook paper. I did put in the description a link to the vintage paper. It comes like this. We have used it before. I got a lot of rain the other day. We're getting rain off and on today. I'm so glad that my boys helped me get the grass cut because they don't live that close by. Feel like you're down on the farm when you're on our lawnmower. It just throws me all over the place. Hi, Nanny Dot. Welcome. We have, is it Renee or Renee? watching on Facebook for the first time, what state are you watching from? This is just the tedious part, and I don't know where I put my curved scissors. So I'm going to rip some of this up like that. And then we're going to unplug this so I don't burn myself. I was telling the girls, Nanny Dot, if you didn't hear, our refrigerator sprung a leak, and it leaked on the kitchen floor, through the kitchen floor, downstairs, in the ductwork. So see, that's how you get the edges taken care of. It's very easy to do that. So call the repairman for the fridge, the heater guy for the ductwork, had to pull the fridge out. That was a chore in itself. Nanny Dot knows how big my darn fridge is. So see, I'm just striking it this way, so it's just pulling the edge and trimming it for me. Let me see if I'm in camera here. Look, there's a little piece I'm going to have to touch up, make sure it gets glued down. I know how much the ductwork cost. The appliance company is sending a bill, so I had it pulled out for him. I had the back taken off. I had everything accessible to him. So all he had to do was turn the valve on, realize it was the hose, and then turn it off and take part of the hose and shorten it, because we had enough. So all the prep work was done. He just had to shorten it and put the nut on, and then he pushed the fridge partially back in place to the point I couldn't get my fan out, so I had to pull it out again. But he didn't know. He was being so sweet and helpful. Okay. All right, this is the back, because I failed to flip the horse, so I'm using this for the back. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna yeah, I think this will work. So I'm gonna trim some of the paper off the saddle here. And do the same method with the sandpaper. And you don't have to get real heavy with it, because it does take care of it. And for those just joining, our clock is working now. The little hand goes first. You have to push it down over the middle of this. Hello, Marcia. Then you put the big hand on top, and then you screw that little nut on top. What I was trying to do was put the little hand on the outside up here and the big hand on the bottom, and that was the wrong way to do it. So it's working fine now. And those clock things, I found those not real close by. So I'm just kind of making sure I got the right saddle on the right side. Okay. So let's do this one. And we're going against in a downward stroke. And I was saying we got a groundhog who's figured out how to get into the chicken coop, so I'm trying to trap him. The girls don't want to go to bed at night, the chickens, so I'm having to fight with them and go out like 3 or 4 times before 9 o'clock. It's like a 3-ring circus here. I'm just trying to keep my head above water. I really think this is a really sweet little, this can go on a shelf. Like I said, she could play with this, but I would want her parents to definitely supervise, because it's going to have a ball on the end for the little pull toy. Did you all like a clock the other night? Wasn't that cute? I'm just glad we didn't have to get a new fridge, Marcia. It was just a hose. Because we were looking at it, the thing is over 15 years old. And it's like, uh-oh. And I should have realized, once we turned that water thing off, I didn't have any more water. There was just a little pinhole in the tubing. And that pinhole caused all that water damage. You could decorate this horse with just about anything. And I'm wondering if it's too much floral on the saddle. I don't know. I can always change it. Okay, there we go. So now what we have to do is we have to poke a hole so we can get the dowel through the bottom of the legs. Right. Do the last saddle for the back. Oh, thanks, Judith. Thank you, Marcia. All you've got a middle piece to this, and the middle piece has 2 grooves on this, and one groove is for the tail, the other is for the pole that we're going to put the little ball on. All right, so we're going to start with the front. See, like, I almost feel like I need like a smaller print on this to kind of make it match, but maybe I can disguise it. Actually, this was pretty darn close. I could have went with this even. I'm not sold on the front, but we'll glue it and I can always fix it, right? Or I can put a little bit of trim on there, something to change it up a little. All right. So that I need to glue. It's not sticking right there. So and we're going to glue our there's a right and a wrong way to put the saddle on. You want to get it in that groove on the back. So the point goes towards the front. Just like that. And how you can check it is like that. So I want my paperweight on top of that. Then we're going to glue this one on top of here. Point to the front. Just like that. Then we are going to glue this in place. So we can work on the pole and the tail. Now I thought I'd use this white and then kind of unravel it for the tail. So I'm going to cut a piece like that. And that's going to go in there. And then the pole is going to go in there. So I'm going to put about that much. Let me grab a piece of tape before I cut that. Because that'll keep all those fibers together to go through the ball on the end. I already painted it with the daffodil, I think it is. Yes, pale daffodil. Because I thought that would be a nice match. So we're going to push that through. And knot it cut that off. Now, I think what I'm going to do, so this isn't sliding up and down, I'm going to put another knot on this end to keep the ball, the wooden ball at the end. There we go. Then I'm going to put tape on the end here. And I'm going to leave it on the end and then trim this off. This will come with the rope. And then I think that this way it'll keep it right in this hole here, this notch. Just kind of work it down in there. First I'm going to stick some glue down in there. And we're going to push this down in the hole. With the needle nose. So see, by putting that tape in there, I was able to keep it together and keep it really flat. So I think we'll do the same with the tail. Chew, excuse me. Sorry about that. Hope I didn't startle anybody. All right. Then we're going to put some glue. And we're using the CA thick, not the thin. And again, we're going to push it down in there. There we go. So see, now when we glue this on top, that's going to be secured in there with the glue that we're using next. And then we can kind of unravel this tail, brush it out, and trim it. All right, so let's get out our glue. I can move my skewers there. You know what I need to get? I need to get some little clamps. I had little ones. I think I only have the big ones here. Yeah. And of course, it's an afterthought. All right. So, I'll put that there. I'm going to go for reinforcements. We're getting out the big guns. Put that in the middle. Put that on that end. And put that on that end. All right, we're going to work on the wheels. Darn it, stay there. Isn't that cute? I thought we'd antique this a little. All right. Now, you get 4 wheels with this, 2 for each side. They have a little daisy on them. And you get the dowel. So, I'm thinking I want to do these the antique color. You know me and my antique wax. I just absolutely love it. So, let's see. Glove. Because it gets in my fingernails. kind of like the brown with this. And I think I want to do just a little bit of antiquing on the ball, which I probably should have done before I put the rope on because I'm getting it on the rope. So note to yourself, do your antiquing before you attach the rope. See, then it kind of makes it look old. All right. Now you're going to want to do one side of the hole with, or the wheel with the hole, because that will show on the back side. So you're going to do a front and a back. And see how fast and easy it is with the antiquing. You're only doing one side of each wheel because they're going to get glued together. I want it a little bit darker. So usually if the first coat doesn't do it, a second one will. Okay. Oops, got one. There we go. Now, before we go any further, I want to go ahead and I want to glue these on the outside of the wheel. So there's one wheel. Oops. There's another wheel. Now, I've not cut the dowel yet, so if you order the kit, when you get the kit, your dowel will be cut to the right size. There we go. Now I'm thinking, I don't know, what do you think? A pale pink or a pale yellow for the flowers? Let me get I already have my pale pink because that was what we used for the clock. We've got got lighter pink in here. So which color do you think for the wheel? The flower on the wheel? What color would you be choosing? Judith says pink. I think we'll do the pink then. Trying to even this out a little. There we go. All right. So let's get our dabber. Put a little water on it. That's way too much. So I'll be scraping that off afterwards. Dab some of it off. So there's the pink. Might end up doing a second coat on the pink. All right, now, once this is dry, we are going to glue the wheel like that. Okay. It will not go all the way through. You don't want it to go all the way through. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. And then I'm going to put this like this. So I have the two unpainted sides together. This would even be cute for a boy. I could change the design on the wheel too. So it doesn't have to be for a girl. You know me, I can do whatever you want me to do. So unpainted sides together. Let dry. Unpainted sides together. So I'm just going to put this on top in hopes that it doesn't stick. That's an extra. All right. Whoa! I don't know. I'm going to put some pink on this. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to make it look old. I'm going to rub it in. To make it look like some of the pink paint wore off. There we go. Now, no problem. So this is going to go through here. on now. There. Then we're going to take our wheels. And I want to push this in a little. Let me get one of these clamps because that is not holding like I wanted to. So I'm going to put a little more glue in here because it's not attached like I want it to be. So I'm going to pour a little in there, and then I'm going to grab my clamp. There. That's better. All right. But I'm running into this dowel is a little too tight. So gotta work it a little bit because we want it to roll. So I just want to put a little dab on the end. And then put that there. So, how much? That paper is actually not helping me. So if I have that out about that much, I want this out about that much. And I didn't bring my saw in, so I'm going to have to change this up, ladies. I'm going to have to make the hole a little wider on the legs so this can move freely, because it's not going to the way it's set up. So I need to see. So I have to make my hole wider so my dowel will go through there easier. Because you're going to glue it to the wheel, and if you want it to spin around, my hole has to be a little bigger. So I'm going to have to make an adjustment to that. Which is okay, because this is mine and yours will be perfect when it comes. So I will make my hole bigger so I can glue my wheels. Let's see if this is done. fix our tail. It's doing it again. It's trying not to show Rachel's comments. I will fix this so yours will spin. But right now mine's not spinning because the paper has made the hole tighter. So I want this will spin. This will be rolling wheels like that. So I have to make an adjustment on there. But what do you think? Isn't that cute for a little girl's shelf? I think that's adorable. And I may go ahead and put some yellow on there too. But these will actually spin. Okay? Now what happened? My whole YouTube disappeared. YouTube crashed. Huh. How like that? When has YouTube crashed before? Oh my Lord. Still saying I'm live. There we go. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Judith. But, you know what? She needs a bow. She needs a bow or some trim. We need to jack her up a little. This is kind of the same color as her tail. I could, if I wanted to, I could even put this around the saddle. Now, if it was for a boy, what would you put on the wheels? If you didn't want flowers and you wanted to make this for a little boy, what should I put on the wheels? Oh my gosh, look at that. There's my scissors. Excuse me for reaching across. He's handling it pretty good. He had a rough night again. And he had therapy today. But the fridge is fixed. It's still in the middle of my kitchen. So, I probably will be there till Friday when my son comes. And I'll say, can you help me put it back? What do you think? That up there? Like that? Oh my gosh, I think that is so cute. And the wheels will really spin when I get that working. They will move when she's moving. I just have to make that hole bigger. Too much was happening at once yesterday, Rachel. You could even put a halter on her with this too. Like right here. that up here. I could put that up there and then put that on top of it. Or does that look like she's got a toothache? What do you think? Just leave the bow up there and then just put this maybe here. Just a little piece right there and the bow here. I think that looks better than putting it the other way. It looked like she had a toothache. This is going to make an adorable little item for her shelf. I made her the cloud shelf, and it's yellow and white. So this is going to look really cute sitting on it. I think that's adorable. She is going to love that. And like I said, she will be able to pull it once I fix the dowels. Okay, so everybody thinks same thing. All right. And I think I will go ahead and add a little bit of the brown and the yellow to the wheel too, to the flower, to make it look vintage. Because I think the Victorian paper really does that too. All right, I think we're finished. Remember, Rachel's on tomorrow night at 7 Central Time, 8 Eastern. And I will get pictures of this. And we now know that the little hand goes first, big hand goes second on the owl. And it's working. All right, and for those of you I know that buy often, not sure if I got these at Dollar Tree or Dollar General, but keep an eye out because I have a really cool item coming up that I made. Keep an eye out for these little battery operated lights. See how little they are? Either like a little round pencil eraser. Keep an eye out for those because you're going to want a pack of these. So start watching now. That's all I'm saying. Sorry to do that to you. Thank you. And thank you all for sharing and joining me. And I hope to see you all tomorrow night on Rachel's Live. All right.